Well, hello crafty cuties. Welcome back to my Lapbook video series. If you've missed the previous videos, go ahead and check those out on the playlist listed below. Today we are going to be decorating this area in my Lapbook, and I have decided to pull some plain envelopes from my stash that I wanted to use up for a while. I needed a really quick idea for this page, and I've done this many times, as have many other crafters, and I just find it a really easy way to make pockets in your journals. Now, you're not going to have a ton of room in these pockets, like one journaling card or maybe two, or two tags I should say, is good, but you don't want to overfill these. Okay, so I'm cutting these envelopes. I guess I'm cutting them about in half. I really didn't measure it here. And we will see, I'm going to be putting them together. As you can also see, I am using just some glue to glue the flaps shut. So I basically want one of the pockets to be the longest, and again, I didn't measure, so I don't have the measurements. I just knew that these were going to fit on my little panel here. So I'm just playing around with this right now, playing around with the sizing, seeing how I can stack these on top of one another to get a series of really simple pockets. So now I'm just going to play around, and you can see I'm just putting them on the page. So a little side note here, I'm doing this voiceover with my baby girl right next to me, so you might hear her in the background. She's playing with some flashcards right now. Okay, so I'm taking this paper from the carousel collection, and I'm just going to go ahead and simply cover the envelope pockets. I'm doing this first because it's going to be way easier to just cover the entire pocket and then stack the envelope pockets on top of one another. So I'm just simply gluing those on and then cutting around. I do not like measuring. I'm not a perfectionist. I like to just kind of go with the flow. So we're gonna just cover all of these. Love this paper collection. Like I've mentioned before, as I'm doing this voiceover, this journal is complete. I have it just about completely filled out and filled with pictures, and it has all of the little letters that were written to my daughter at her first birthday party, and I can't wait to have that video up to show you. There's a couple more videos coming, actually maybe just one more. So a little spoiler alert is that I did not film the rest of the decoration of this journal, I think, after this video, because I simply ran out of time and I really had to rush. Okay, now I'm just showing you, I was showing you how cute that paper was, but I'm also going to use my little circle punch to cut some notches out, and I think you're going to see that my circle punch doesn't work well, so it kind of just gave me a guide as to where I needed to use my scissors to cut. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Yeah, I ran out of time, so I had to hurry, and if you don't film videos, if you're not like a YouTuber, then you might not realize or think that it takes much extra time to just turn on the camera and film your videos, but it really does. You have to work around a tripod, and for me, my daughter's always crawling up it, so it does take a lot of extra time, and then you still have the editing and whatnot. But anyways, her party was like this day. Basically, it was the day after I had filmed this, and I had quite a bit more in mind that I wanted to do. But that's also a little bit exciting, because when I show you the final flip through of the finished journal, and that's before I fill it out with all of the personal stuff, you'll see a few surprises, and they were all very simple things that I did, so I'd be more than happy to kind of go through and explain how I decorated and how I created some of the rest of the decorations. There we go. Okay, so anyways, I'm just gonna fast forward through this part, and I wanted something for these pockets to be on top of that was also interactive, so I'm creating a little flip up, flip down situation. So I took some copy paper. This is just something I like to do sometimes when I'm trying to kind of figure out what I want to do, because it's thin paper, it's not too thick to like cover, and so when you're covering with so much scrapbook paper, sometimes things become thick and you know, I don't know, just bulky. So as you can kind of see what I'm doing here again, I don't have measurements for you because I kept folding down the paper that was cut to size just to kind of see how it would fit on my page. And I'm attaching a piece of cardstock that's a little bit bigger than my envelope panels or pockets. I wanted there to be a border of that pretty paper around the pocket. So, hi. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down to that page, and so that part right there is going to be flipping up. And then I also have a flip down, which you'll see me put together in a moment. And I mentioned in a previous video too, but in case you're only watching this one, I did end up adding magnets to these interactive pieces, and it really helped secure things down and just made everything so much nicer. And so I know a lot of people do that in mini albums, but I definitely recommend trying it out. You can get them relatively inexpensive online. But anyway, so now you can see I added some more scrapbook paper to make that flip down, and now I'm simply matting the rest of that, and that's just basically covering it with scrapbook paper so it's pretty rather than just plain white. I pretty much wanted to use up as much of this scrapbook paper as I could because I specifically bought it for her birthday, and you know, I wanted to use it up so that the entire thing was full of pretty papers. So then I'm going to go ahead, like I said, and just glue these pieces down. And then this was perfect little spots for photos, but I also create a little hidden pocket on the bottom flap, which folds down. So you'll see that in a few minutes here. And another little thing I can bring up, you're watching this, let's see, about the end of September, and today I prepared for October daily. Now I can't promise I'm going to actually be doing daily videos or really daily entries, but I'm definitely going to try. And I already completed my October daily journal, so I will be having a video out soon to share that with you and just kind of give you my ideas on how I plan to go about October daily. And so just be on the lookout, and of course if you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe because I'm not sure when I will post that. But I wanted to finish this series first before moving on to anything else. But anyways, back to this project here. So I'm just kind of making sure everything is pretty good. Now I had some extra space down at the bottom. I did use up some scrap paper, so it wasn't a perfect cover, but as you can see, it's totally fine. But I decided to use some washi tape on the end here. And I cut a little, that's right. So I cut a piece off there by accident. So I thought, oh, I'll just use my edge punch because I've mentioned before that I am trying to use my edge punchers a lot more. And they make things so much more pretty. So I'm just going to go ahead and punch this all the way across. And then I add a pocket, which you will see here. And obviously I just moved straight into decorating, doing a little layered embellishment on the top of this envelope pocket. And I did speed this up quite a bit just because I'm very indecisive when it comes to decorating. But I just wanted to kind of give you the gist of what I was doing. And I always ink up my edges, at least when I remember. But this little zebra carousel is so cute. And since this flapped up and it wasn't very obvious, I wanted to staple on a little tab as you see here. And especially even if after I added the magnets, it was even less obvious because a lot of these things, these interactive pieces in here are pretty hidden, but I like it like that because I think it makes it a lot more fun. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of layer these embellishments on. I don't know about you guys, but when you get excited about a paper collection and you buy everything there is, including all of the embellishments, and you go to make a project, I always find that I don't end up using a ton of the ephemera or embellishments, and that's like the best part. But a lot of times the paper is pretty itself, and yeah, let me know if you guys do that too, because I always have so many pieces left over from the ephemera packs. But something that I did try to do is when I was adding photos and all of the journaling cards after this book was completely finished. I did try to go back through and just add as many pieces as I could, but it kind of makes me realize that I don't need to always buy everything that's in the collection. Okay, so quickly I'm going over just showing you, I wanted to do something while we were recording here to this big spine area. This is the main spine of the book, and I was noticing that regular Polaroid photos fit perfectly in these frames. Obviously they must have been made for it, and I didn't want to forget that this is what I wanted the area for, but we obviously had not taken photos yet. So I'm just kind of washi taping these down so that I would remember when I had completed Polaroid photos to place them here and then glue down the frames. But a bummer was that it was way too bright out for our Polaroid camera, but I was able to print photos out the same size. So anyways, I just wanted to finish that up with you guys, and I'm just again here trying to add a few pieces from the ephemera collection. And as you can see, I'm just going to add a couple little pieces on this flip up, flip down, so that you could just simply tuck a photo or journaling card underneath. So it's a tuck spot. This just about completes this video. Like I said, in the next video, I will do a complete flip through so you can see what the final journal looks like before adding all of the personal touches. I hope that this gave you some inspiration, and thank you guys for following along. Can't wait to see you in the next video. Please leave me a comment down below letting me know, have you made a lap book? And if you're wanting to make one, is it for an occasion? Is it for you? Let me know. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.